To a new year. 2015 is behind us, 2016 is ahead of us. I heard it say we have 365 days of blank paper. What are you going to write as your story? A lot of times it happens as we make New Year's resolutions because of course we want to be better than who we were last year. We want to be thinner than we were last year. We always want something. But how do we get there? Today I want to submit to you 3 different ideas that won't cost you a dime, may not even take any extra effort, but will leave you fulfilled at the end of this year. And you're going to say them with me. So today I will be kind. A lot of times it is work to be kind, especially maybe a specific person you might be talking to. We don't all have the gift of sarcasm, such as our counterpart here. However, what do you think a kind word might do for somebody? Maybe just a smile, a wave, an acknowledgement, a phone call. Haven't you ever received a phone call from a friend saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you"? That makes you feel pretty good. Somebody else was thinking about you. It's important to also do those. I want to share a story with you. A few years ago, I was driving downtown on Colonial, just near I-4. And if you're familiar with that area, you know that there's a lot of homeless people in that area. There was a man pushing his cart. Somehow, some way, I didn't see this part, but the cart tipped over and all his things were all over on Colonial Drive. And I'm there in traffic at a red light. You know what I noticed? Nobody stopped. People were driving around the 60-plus-year-old man whose cart had spilled over. Besides the fact that I was furious, I did the only thing I could do. I got out of my Jeep right there in the middle of the road, so at least I knew one lane would stop. And I'm out here like this, stopping traffic, right? At like, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on State Road 50. Finally, people stopped, and I knew better than to touch the person's possessions, because I've worked with the homeless enough. You don't want to touch their possessions, but at least you want to make sure that they're safe. And I walked up to the gentleman and I asked, "Are you okay?" I couldn't tell if he had been hit. He was up and he was getting his things, so I thought he was sort of okay, but I just asked him, "Are you okay?" I kept asking, "Are you okay? Do you need anything else?" He turns to me and says, "I got my things out of the road. What do you want from me? You're not going to be a bother. I've got my things out of the road." Yeah. Can you imagine trying to help somebody and that's the response that you get? I imagine this man growing up as a young boy in a house, probably with 2 parents considering his age, went to school, probably had a job, and through a series of events of people being so unkind, this is where he ended up. We never know the battles that somebody is internally dealing with. It's important just to be kind. Say a nice word to somebody. I don't know, that might have changed this person's destination. The next one is, today I will
pick my battles.
For those of you who know me, you know I'm a stickler on time. I think that my time is valuable. As a professional, it is valuable. And every once in a while, as a business owner, and even in sales, I come across somebody who doesn't think my time is valuable. The buggers, I speak up. You know, if this isn't a good time for you, we can reschedule this appointment. Normally there are hints. They're sidetracked with other papers. They're taking phone calls during our meeting. I don't think so. I've even gotten up and walked out. Trust me, I'm a stickler on time. However, I also have a friend that we've been friends for over 30 years, and she is late almost 80% of the time. We'll schedule whatever, whether it's a luncheon, a day away, whatever it is that we schedule, she's usually late. Sometimes it's only 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes it's a half an hour. You know what I would rather want when she and I spend time together? I would rather want a nice afternoon. I would rather want pleasant conversation. We're both busy. My goodness, she has kids. You don't control your schedule if you have kids. Therefore, I choose to not pick that battle. And you know what happens? We have a great day. So what? I waited 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I waited 10 minutes at Winter Garden Village, which I went into Joann's to go look at more scrapbooking stuff that I don't need before she got there. I really wasn't that put out. Pick your battles. I'm sure there's something that you can relate to in that story. Last is today I will
be myself.
This story actually isn't about me. However, it's somebody who's very, very close to me. My husband grew up Seventh-day Adventist. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means he's a loving, caring, generous man of God. Qualities that I truly appreciate. On the flip side, it also means that boy ain't got no rhythm. Yet, here we were, New Year's Eve, and we really wanted to go do something. Wanted to be close to home, not too crowded. We considered a lot of ideas, and we finally came up with the Enzion. It's a nice, intimate gathering. I knew they were going to have a DJ. I knew there was going to be a dance floor. I figured, I'll dance, Paul can sit, it'll be awesome. However, the unthinkable happened. We sat down, we found a nice booth area, or it was all a bench, and there was a group to our right, 20-something-year-olds. And the man who was dancing was ridiculous. I think at one point he was doing the chicken. Not really sure what the moves were all about, but here's what happened. Paul walked up to him and said, I want to take dance lessons from you. And that started our evening. He danced all night long. He wasn't great, but you know what? He wasn't bad. And on the way home, he told me that was the best fun he had ever had. Be yourself. Don't try to be up to somebody else's standards, whether it's dancing, whether it's Toastmasters, whether it's singing. It doesn't matter. Be yourself. You will be pleasantly surprised. So there you have it. The secret for 2015, be kind, pick your battles, and be yourself. And I wish you all a happy new year.